Shobosonda, dear UDT friends, first of all I want to express my sincere congratulations for your 5th anniversary and my deepest feelings of respect and admiration to all those who participated at your struggle, giving their energy and sometimes their lives to build this beautiful and strong organization you are today. Thank you very much for this invitation to share a so important event. It's an unforgettable privilege. These last 2 days have revisited your great history with plenty of difficulties, but also so many wonderful pages. As a long-term friend of UDT, let me introduce 2 issues. They constitute my very personal participation at your collective thinking and activities to prepare the next future 50 years. My inspiration and vision come from my professional activity these last years at Aubervilliers in Paris, and from my commitment as a senior activist and internationalist in Western Africa, in East Timor, and many other countries against colonialism, for freedom, for equality, for human rights, for peace. And first of all, I am myself a migrant. I moved from my mother country, Portugal, to France almost 40 years ago. The first theme I want to develop is migration. It's the counterpart of globalization, but in a human point of view. I'm meaning this human part of the today's globalization of the economy and of our lives. There are more and more migrants in the world, and the climate changing, affecting deeply the environment, is accelerating every day the move of millions and millions of new migrants. Some people imagine that a wall or some nationalistic laws can stop that reality. But there is no wall against that. No government can prevent people from searching a better life. Maybe you heard about the First World Convention of Migrations, migrant rights, that will be held in Morocco next December. It will be a first step in the 11th-12th December. It's a convention organized by the UN about the human rights for migrants. Let's come back to you. You have the chance that there is a huge number of Bangladeshi around the world. Based on my own experience, my idea is that UDT can strongly contribute to their integration in the countries in which they live. Your way of tolerating different beliefs and practice inside your organization constitutes a model for many other communities living in the same countries. Let me explain. I have known UDT in France since 2006. A group of migrants came to my office. They are living in Paris region and mainly in the city I work, Aubervilliers, which population comes from more than 188 countries. Those Bangladeshi activists had a long-term vision of their projects. They were committed and volunteers. We have been working together during these last 12 years, organizing cultural events, chess championships, solidarity campaigns, going to the schools, facilitating the integration of Bangladeshi migrants, acting for complete citizenship for the residents in France. I tell you sincerely, I assure you that you can really be very proud of your UDT members and leaders in France, like Kiron Mondal. They are fantastic. Thanks to them, we have a lot of Bengali poets, and not only the very known Tagore or Nasrul Islam, in our municipal worldwide poetic treasure, where we keep poems given by our population in more than 100 languages. Thanks to them, we started celebrating the UNESCO International Day for the Protection of Mother Languages and the promotion of multilingualism, which became a great event every year in Aubervilliers. I can tell you that the 21st February is celebrated in Paris mainly in two places, at UNESCO headquarters with some diplomats and researchers, and at Aubervilliers, where we organize a language festival, very popular, with an audience of hundreds of families covering all the generations and origins and cultural levels. With UDC France, we celebrate every year the heroes of the 21st February 52 with a reproduction of your Shahid Minar. Groups of Bangladeshi people come from all the Parisian region to Aubervilliers. We celebrate the Bengali New Year with a colorful parade and a cultural festival. All these activities are open to all communities and local institutions. The French UDC branch became a positive example. We are supporting the UDC France project of opening a Bangladeshi cultural center, teaching music, dance, drama, Bengali language, and now starting with an information support center focused on recent migrants arriving from Bangladesh who live and work in very poor conditions most of the time. Disseminating your UDC values of respect and tolerance in every country where Bangladesh live could be a challenge for the next years. Let me focus the second part of my speech on mother languages issue. Maybe you don't know that my country, France, destroyed its own language diversity, promoting French as the national language, not only for the political institutions, but also as the only languages accepted by the educative system. The local and regional languages were refused, the dialects were denied. France almost became a monolingual country, except in some border departments. This situation has been changing since the year 2000. In that years, the international standards were implemented by the European Council, and UNESCO system pushed our government to identify all the national languages, now called languages of France. Most of them concern the populations of the departments outside of Europe, in Central America, in the Pacific, etc., but also the so-called regional languages. It's not too late to implement the utilization of mother languages in the educative system. As our contribution in our city of Aubervilliers, where coexist more than 100 nationalities, we are involved in a project which I am glad to drive, of a Languages and Cultures House. It will open next month, in January 2019. And also in 2019, we will settle a monument on the mother languages of the whole world. It's our way to promote multilingualism and recognition of language skills as real capacities of everyone. Bangladesh became an example for the world for its struggle to its own mother language. Should we dream? I have a dream. Should Bangladesh be a positive example of protection of all the mother languages and minority indigenous cultures in its territory? The introduction of those languages in the educational system should be a wonderful step. As an important national culture network, which should be the potential role of UDC on this issue? Two possibilities. Could you, for example, associate other Bangladeshi languages to the 21st February celebrations? Second possibility, should you develop contacts and organize activities in collaboration with the cultural organizations of the minority indigenous peoples? The wheel of history turns, and that reminds me a song of Pete Seeger. We talked about Pete Seeger 2 days ago and yesterday. I was with him in New York 1 year before he died. and with an American journalist and writer living in Paris, I organized first tribute to Pete Seeger in Paris after he passed away. In each song, Turn, 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 he says, to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, a time to reap that which we planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, and a time to sue. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time of war, and a time of peace. Never give up. We shall overcome. Joy, unity.